Right, hi guys. So I did a video the other week, actually it came up a few days ago, and it didn't work. And I'm wondering it's because I plugged something into the bottom of it, and that's why you couldn't hear nothing. So I decided I'm going to do another video, and I will post it on my YouTube channel and also probably on Facebook and that sort of thing. So I want to give you an update how I've been. I'm also going to do this whilst I'm on the move, so I'm not going to keep looking at the video at the same time because I obviously have to drive to my next destination, which is my cleaning today. I've just realised I'm a bit stuffed up. Okay, so what have I been manifesting? Okay, let me go back to before I start the manifesting part. I did mention about the headaches that I've been having, and I'm now on some different tablets in the morning and also tablets on the evening, which has massively helped me. Thank you, sir. Which has massively helped me. So last time I had a headache was about 3 weeks ago, which is pretty good. So yeah, I think I'm on the right path now. My chiropractor has also been helping me loads, so my body feels really good, although my hamstrings are still a bit sore. It's just like a massage really I need now, but on a whole I'm feeling really good. My legs massively improved, my shoulder's still a bit niggly, but nowhere near as bad as it was about this time last year. So manifesting. So I got recently back into manifesting, and it's working, which is crazy. So I've been listening to a lady called Frances Amber on podcasts. I've been doing a lot of podcast work, and Frances talks about all sorts of things that you can do. Brilliant. 2 seconds. Just need to get out of this big road. Yes, there we go. Thank you. So Frances talks about how to manifest things in your life, and do you know what? I kind of lost my way all through back last year. I didn't manifest anything. If anything, I was in a really bad place, and I wasn't ready for certain things. So I bought some Moldavite recently, so I've got that, and which is great. I feel like that's helping me as well. And on my vision board I had quite a few things on there, and I'm actually ticking loads off. So one of the things that I wanted to have was a cleaner. Okay, so believe it or not, I needed a cleaner. If Martin sees this, he'll be laughing his head off. So yeah, I originally back last year I was like, oh, you know, I want to have a cleaner, and I spoke to Martin, who's my mentor, and he looked around and he's like, oh right, so what are you doing now, Tash? And I was like, I'm a cleaner. So so he said, okay, instead of you having a cleaner, you've now got you're the cleaner. I was like, yeah. So I still do the cleaning job, subcontracted for a company which is SSB Contractors. They're really good, and I love Sandy. I love working on behalf of her. She's brilliant. And yeah, so I do that. And then obviously I've been having all these migraines and things because I've been very stressed since like October last year. And my mum recently helped me and said, look, you know, Tash, I'll speak to my sister and see if she can help me out. And she will, bless her, she comes in on a Thursday and helps me out every week, which is amazing. So, and I don't feel so anxious going home now because it's there for me, right? So I now have my house cleaned for me as well, which is ace, and I love it. Another thing I wanted to manifest, right, was because all last year I didn't do much training and I wasn't eating properly, and I have put the weight on. You know, it does. When you got injury, you can't do any workout. It hurts so much to do anything. So I decided one of the things that brings me happiness is HelloFresh, right? This is not sponsored by them. I absolutely love them because I hate having to go shopping on a Monday and think, right, okay, what do I need to get? Right, I'll get us, and I get the same food every week. We literally eat the same food nearly every week, and I got fed up, and I hate the food that we eat every single week. So one of the things that I had on my vision board was to have HelloFresh again, and it brings me joy, and it's something that I really love. So what, going back to Frances Amber, she was like, do stuff, write down the things that you really want to have, and if those are things that you really want to bring in your life, do it, right? And that's exactly what I done. So, and also the weird thing was last Friday, so I obviously was like, I really want to do this now, I'm ready for this, and I was itching. Anyway, with that, Friday before it was, I had HelloFresh phone me and say, hi Mrs Burrows, Yeah, I just wondered if you'd be interested in going back on it. I said, look, mate, you know, you're calling me at the wrong time. I was in a faffle. I was doing the school run, and I realised at that moment when I was on the school run, because I was like, I can't deal with you now. You have to phone me later. Put the phone down. I was like, shit, that was the universe, right? So because obviously the universe knew I wanted it. So to basically pursue what I wanted, it asked someone to phone me. But anyway, the person I asked them to phone me back later, and they didn't. So I decided to go online and do it myself. And I was like, I need to, obviously, the universe is basically giving me it there, and I've just turned it down. But I didn't. I went back on and I bought it. So I absolutely love HelloFresh. It makes me feel so good. So I'm actually feeling really good at the moment. Like, I'm also getting all the nutrients and the vitamins that I need as well, because also not eating properly, I do believe that's causing me a lot of problems, health wise. So health is wealth, yeah? So that's why I decided to change that and get back on board to fulfill my goals in my pole journey, because that's the other thing. Like, I've got goals that I've fulfilled some of them already this year. I've already smashing them. One of the goals was to have my oversplits back. I'm working on them at the moment. Also to get my handspring back. Got that back last weekend. Like that is epic for me. I had a deadlift handstand, which I haven't been able to do just yet, but I've been practicing for years. I really need to kind of really work on that a bit more, but I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. Iron X, also spatchcock. These are goals that I've set in my mind, and I know that to get those goals, I need to eat properly and eat enough protein, some fats, more vitamins. Basically, just make sure I eat the correct foods to make me feel good, yeah? So I do also need to lose a few pounds, not much, but I do need to lose a few pounds to be able to hit my target, because also I'm heavy in trying to lift my weight. In some way, it's a good thing because my body is currently working on the weight that I'm working on. So this is the other thing that I said, especially in my beginner classes, when you're bigger, so you will lose your weight as you go through on your pole journey, which is exactly what I did. So I use my weight as a positive, yeah? So what I do is I go, do you know what, the weight I'm on now, because I'm heavy, is my body's going to work on that weight, and as I lose the weight, I will shrink slightly, but my muscle will still be as strong as what I was, yeah? So obviously when I first started pole, I was like 13 stone-ish, I think, 14, I can't remember how much it was, I can't remember, it was 7 years ago. It was quite a while back, and obviously I was quite a bit, but I can't remember how much I was, but I did weigh quite a bit. Well, that's not a lot, is it? It's really, in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I was obviously, I was going into, like, I was a 14 going into a size 16 when I first started pole. I can't remember my weight, but I know the clothes size, and I was going by clothes size rather than weighing myself, because in pole I don't recommend weighing yourself because your muscle builds. I mean, I'm like 11 stone. I don't look like 11 stone, but you know, when I'm lifting 11 stone constantly, it's hard going. So, and you're lifting your weight, you know, all the time. And it's a full body workout. So obviously this is another reason why I need to work on my diet to make myself feel a little more better, and I'll be able to lift my weight a bit easier rather than struggling like I am a little bit at the minute. So that was one of the things. What else did I want to talk to you about? Because I know at the moment the universe is really reacting with me, which is great, and I just feel so good about things. Like, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts. I've started not reading, but audiobook reading. So one of the things I've been listening to recently is called Get Rich Lucky Bitch, which is one of the books that Francis Amber recommended. You can go and find these people. I can't remember that lady's name in the book. I can't remember. It's just gone out my mind, but anyway, she's you can find them also on Instagram. It's raining at the moment. Instagram, easily find these people. And what inspires me when I listen to these podcasts is that they speak to, like, Fern McCann, also God, I can't remember her name here. She's quite a famous lady. What's her name? Do you know, I have such bad memory. I'm like a goldfish the majority of the time. I have no idea about anything anymore. Oh, Vicki Patterson, there you go. So Vicki Patterson as well, so they interview her on a podcast, and that's with Roxy Nasfusi. She's also an epic person, and I've been reading her Manifestation 7 Ways to Manifest, something like that. You can go and look up her books anyway. Yeah, and these are all really good books if you just want to read something that's a bit more inspiring. So that's what I've been up to in the last few weeks. Another thing that I noticed as well, and it's not until actually time comes in and goes by that you realise that people come into your life, okay, and they're not, some of them's not there for long. Some of them you'll come across, some of them you'll get along with, some of them you'll think, like, I've done a lot of thinking recently where there's people I come across in my life that they pop in, and I remember back at, like, when I used to work at Computer Share, people would say to me, oh, Tash, you're blowing the trumpet again, right? And I'd be like, yeah, why are you not praising yourself? Why are you pushing yourself down? And also, it's like, there's other, like, I always believe that you if you're on your own journey, you will end up with people sabotaging your mindset, yeah, as well. So if somebody says to you, oh, you know, why are you doing that for? You know, you're not going to be anything good anyway. Like, that's sabotaging your, like, your mindset and putting things bad in your head. Like, there has had that happen quite a few times on my journey, but I'm quite glad I don't listen to any of them. I think, no, fuck off, I ain't listening to you, because at the end of the day I'm just going to do my own thing, what's good for me. And you just have a knowing, you just have like a knowing. Sorry, my phone just went a bit funny then, and I hope it didn't interrupt the video. I had a knowing right from the very start that I knew it was weird. I just, even though I was shit at the time, I say shit, I had a damaged leg, I couldn't do half the stuff I wanted to do, and I just recall thinking, what on earth, how can I be doing that sort of stuff? That's just not normal. Like, I can't imagine doing that. Having like my own business and like being really good at pole, and I just think, could I really do that? But yeah, in my head, it's as if I got shown the future. It was really bizarre. And I had that back in that January 18 when I very first started pole. And you will come across people who will try to sabotage your dream, or any dream, okay? Even when you are a kid, things happen when you're a child that sticks in your head. Like, another thing that I used to hear a lot, money doesn't grow on trees. We all hear that a lot, you know. And I got to admit, I have said that in the past to my own children. And now, I got to admit, I've changed the way I think. I've changed the way I talk to them as well. So, because I don't want them being sabotaged, and I want them to have a different mindset to where I was when I was younger, and etc, etc, yeah. Also, you'll come across people in your life that will only be there, this is what I want to get at, who will only be there just to do one thing. And it's as if the universe goes, right, here's this person, they are going to help you, and as quick as they come, as quick as they go, right? And it's because, you know, it's just not their, it's not their time, it's not their journey, it's not what they want to do, but they're very good at what they can do. They just don't know they're that good at doing what they do. And eventually they will find their own little niche and their own way at doing whatever they enjoy doing, but they literally just pop into your life for however time it is, and then they leave. And you will come across people like that. And I've ever said to Kayla, like, you will come across different people through your lifetime, and I still carry on from me, and you will find certain people that will stay for you for a long time, and then other people won't stay for a while. So if you could think back at like when you had somebody that was in your life for that period, that like that chapter of your life, and then they turn and go a completely different way. What else was there? I was going to talk about so much stuff, because obviously I did talk about quite a lot the other day when I was on that video chatting, and then obviously the video didn't record me and I was chatting for 28 minutes, but this has only gone for 15 minutes nearly. So I could just either leave it there yeah, I think I probably will. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. I want you to have a think about what you want to do, and I got to admit, I'm going to start trying to post new stuff, keep you updated as to what's going on in my life, like with my headaches. Hopefully that's all sorted now. I'm still waiting for an MRI for the neurosurgeon to sort that out, so that's another thing. By the moment, it's being controlled by tablets, which is great because it means I can function. And yeah, and I'm going to keep you posted on how the business is going. If you do fancy having a go at pole, I mean, it's not for everybody. I liked how Frances Amber talked about recently how she discovered pole years ago. So that's another thing I did want to talk about you, actually. I'm going to be really honest with you. So Frances Amber was talking about how she used to work in strip clubs, but she was a bar lady, right? And she said she used to watch these ladies and they were incredible. She said to watch them are just in fact fascinating. She said because they make it look so easy, and they do, right? If you've ever done pole, you'll know how hard it is, right? I had a chap I bumped into ice skating the weekend. He came up to me and said, oh, I was just reading your jumper. And he said, oh, do you do pole? And I said, yeah, I got my own business, I'm an instructor. He said, I have to say fair play to you because it's really, really hard. And I was like, wow. He said, I looked at it. He said, I got chatting to this person and they were like, do you want to have a go? And he was like, oh yeah, go on then, because he said she made it look really easy. And he said, I can't believe how hard it is. Thank you very much. So it's not until you have a go that you then realise how actually hard it actually is. I make it look really easy, yeah? If you actually try to do the stuff that I do, you won't be able to do it unless you're like a calisthenics maybe. If you do calisthenics, then you could probably do half the stuff I do. But also it's the pain that goes with it. So that's what people can't tolerate, is the painfulness of the pole, because it can be quite painful. But anyway, going back to Frances Amber, so she was saying like how she was watching it and she got chatting to this stripper, this lady, and she took her back to her house. She had a pole in her house, and she said Frances and her sister went to this lady's house and she taught them a few moves, and she said, oh my god, I absolutely loved it. And she said, she was saying about how she tried horse riding again recently, because when she was a kid, she absolutely loved horse riding. And I get that, because when I was a kid, I used to love horse riding. And she said, I got back on a horse recently, and oh my God, she said, it's just not me. She said, it's just not the same as like living your childhood. And she said, so I decided to book myself a pole class, because she said, I remember losing weight and starting to look really fit at that time. And I was like, yes, I know where you're coming from, because I was like that. And it's hard work because it's also a full body workout, so you haven't got to work on certain areas. When you go to the gym, you go, right, okay, today I'm going to do leg day, or today I'm going to do arm day, whatever you're going to do. You don't have that, not with pole. You have a full body workout every time you go, because you're lifting your weight constantly. So yeah, and I thought, yeah, do you know what, this is going well, because she's now mentioned about doing pole, and it's like, yes, it's starting to come out. There's people starting to think, oh, do you know what, it ain't just for people who's in the strip clubs, it's for everybody. Go on, mate. Yeah, so it's like, it's nice. And I think, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be honest, I have worked in a strip club years and years and years and years ago, and I loved it. The only thing I didn't like is talking men up. I can't be bothered with that. And don't get me wrong, it gets boring after a while. I'm just saying the same shit over and over. And money is good. Yeah, that is it. Money is fantastic. I mean, I'm talking about 14 years ago. I used to work there, probably longer than that. But yeah, so I was working in a strip club years ago, and the money's good. I love the pole. I love the dancing side of it. But I just didn't like chatting men up. That's just not me. I don't enjoy doing that. I still don't enjoy doing that to this day. I don't chat men up anyway. I mean, obviously I got my hubby, who I love dearly. Anyway, so where was I saying? Yes, so that really kind of gave me a nod to actually promote to do this chat. Another thing that I've decided I'm going to do is I've got a booking with Matt Callanan. So I'm hoping Matt's going to help me out. I want to start my own podcast as well. So that's something I want to do. Start talking about pole, and also manifesting your dreams, your life, and how it can help you change your life too. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel I've always been drawn, and I've always been able to naturally manifest things in my life. I don't know how I do it. Actually, I do know how to do it. I just stay positive. But And you do get knockbacks. You do have knockbacks, because I had a huge one back last year, and I know my vibe and I wasn't aligned properly, you know. So I do know that you will have times where it just won't work and it just plods along, but it's waiting for you. It's still listening, it's still waiting for you. So yeah, so I decided I'm going to speak to Matt about doing a podcast. That's going to be something I'm going to look at as well. Along with everything else I do. I'm also speaking with Simon Squibb. I don't know if you ever know him. He also helps people fulfill their dreams. So that's another person I'm talking to at the moment. Yeah, so I'm doing really well. I just keep contacting all these people, and I know exactly who I can go to. And it's as if the universe is kind of now giving me those people, whereas before I was blinded to it. So I wasn't looking out for it, whereas I'm now look at things really differently and focusing on the things I need to focus. Yeah, so yeah, it's exciting, this new journey. I'm going to take it to the next level, and I want to get my brand out there as well. Yeah, I'm just going to say watch this space, because that is something I said, like, what am I at, 43 years ago, on my 40th birthday, when we were in lockdown. I looked around and I did a live, and I looked around and I said, I want to become an instructor, I want to have my own pole business, I want to have my own brand, my own clothing line, and these are things I said, and every single one of them that I said on that live nearly is happening. So if you wanted to do that, or if you got a dream, then I would suggest going for it. Don't leave it, because, you know, we are on this earth for maybe, hopefully I might be here for another, I don't know, 30, 40 years. I'd like to think I would be. So, and I do not want to be working as a cleaner for the rest of my life. So I would love to be doing something that I love doing, which is obviously teaching. Yeah, that would be amazing. Traveling the world, you know, having my brand, that I'd love that. And I just would love to have, like, just easier things in life. I just want my life to be easier, and that's my dream. So I'm going to leave it there, because I'm nearly at my destination now. And I love you all, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Keep an eye on my channel. Keep an eye on what I'm doing, and I will speak to you all soon. Good luck. Love you all. Bye.